Welcome folks! Today we are about to see two incredible derbies, Arsenal versus Tottenham Hotspur and Atletico Madrid against Real Madrid. Share your predictions in the comments below while we are getting started. Luka Modric is a target for Inter Miami ahead of a potential move in the summer of 2024. Atletico Madrid are in discussions to appoint Barcelona's former director of football, Mateo Alemán, Mundo Deportivo understands. Cristiano Ronaldo has been trying to persuade former Manchester United teammate David De Gea to join him at Al Nassr, but the Spaniard would rather prefer to stay in Europe. Newcastle have agreed a contract extension with Bruno Guimaraes until 2028. The agreement will include a release clause in the region of £100 million, Fabrizio Romano informs. Xavi Simons has already scored 3 goals and delivered 5 assists in the first 4 appearances for RB Leipzig in the ongoing season. PSV Eindhoven have scored at least 4 times in 3 consecutive league games without conceding a single goal in the process for the first time in the Eredivisie since September 1985, Opta notes. Xavi Hernandez has reached the milestone of his 50th La Liga victory as the head coach of Barcelona. Nagelsmann? He has the energy and the joy to be able to do the job. That will be good for us. Julian has many plans in his locker. He will find suitable ones for his team. Journalist Julian Bull quotes Germany striker Thomas Müller. With 4 points after 5 games, Lazio are managing their worst start after 5 matches played in a single Serie A season in the 3-point per win era, level with 2001-2002. Manchester City have won all 20 competitive home matches in 2023, scoring 65 goals. Nice head coach Francesco Farioli has not lost any of his first 6 matches at the club, having 3 wins and 3 draws. Apple CEO Tim Cook visited Real Madrid's training facility in Valdebebas amid the club's impressive growth on social media platforms, with Los Blancos becoming the first sports institution to reach 500 million followers, the club's press service reports. Brest have taken the top spot on the French Ligue 1 table for the first time since the 2010-2011 season. Get French football news notes. AS Roma midfielder Renato Sanchez will miss at least 2 weeks with a thigh injury. Bayern Munich forward Harry Kane has become the 4th Englishman in history to score a hat-trick in the Bundesliga, the Mirror notifies. Some players can live up to the hype, others can't, and so far, Modric has massively failed. He can still fulfill his potential. He's only 22 years old, but he has to rack up more games before Chelsea can expect him to be the first-choice left winger. He is simply too inexperienced, claims former Liverpool and Aston Villa attacker Stan Collymore. João Cancelo and João Felix has been directly involved in 8 goals in their first 4 games at Barcelona. PSG are actively working on renewing the deal with midfielder Warren Zaïre-Emery, reports journalist Fabrice Hawkins. Manchester United midfielder Bruno Fernandes has hit the 80 points mark in terms of scored Premier League goals and assists combined. The footballer has 46 goals and 34 assists. Domenico Berardi made his 300th appearance for Sassuolo and slotted a goal against Juventus. Borussia Dortmund's Marco Reus opened the scoring in the Bundesliga fixture for the 62nd time and thus equaled the feat of Jupp Heynckes. Only 4 footballers have managed to score more opening goals in the German top-tier league games. 2 Sevilla fans were arrested in Pamplona on the eve of a away La Liga Matchday 5 tie against Osasuna. They were carrying a small, homemade explosive device in the car, Carrusel Deportivo reports. In the summer, Rasmus Højlund personally turned down the offer of PSG president Nasser Al-Khelaifi to join the club, despite the Persians offering a much higher salary than Manchester United, according to The Athletic. Chelsea are confident about their chances of completing a deal for Brentford attacker Ivan Toney during the January transfer window. AC Milan's Rafael Leao has scored in 3 consecutive Serie A games for the first time and for the second time in Europe's top 5 after a 4-match goal-scoring streak in Ligue 1 against Lille between December 2018 and January 2019. Yesterday, there were many great matches to watch in the major European leagues. The latest results are on your screens. Let's have a quick rewind of Saturday's fixtures. Manchester City secured another Premier League victory with a 2-0 display over Nottingham Forest. Erling Haaland and Phil Foden were the ones responsible for the citizens' triumph. Manchester United kept a clean sheet in an away clash, dealing with Burnley 1-0. Bruno Fernandes netted the only goal in the match. Meanwhile, Barcelona made an incredible comeback. Losing 0-2 to Celta Vigo 9 minutes before the end of regular time, the Catalans managed to turn the matter upside down and clinch 3 points with 3-2 after the final whistle. Robert Lewandowski scored a brace, Joao Felix had an assist, and Joao Cancelo proceeded to both score a goal and lend an assist. Bayern completely demolished Bochum with 7-0. Harry Kane scored a hat-trick. The Englishman already has 8 goals and 4 assists in his first 7 appearances for Die Roten. Fantastic signing. Borussia Dortmund barely beat Wolfsburg with 1-0, while Leipzig successfully withstood Borussia Mönchengladbach away with the same score. AC Milan outclassed Verona 1-0, while Sassuolo handed Juventus their first defeat of the Serie A season with 4-2 on the scoreboard. Alright, we are moving on to the main news of the release. The Frenchman could have ended up at Manchester United in the summer, though he decided to pen a new contract with the White and Blacks until 2024. However, the fact that Rabiot has only extended his contract for more than 1 season is a hint that prompts the Magpies to open talks with the performer over a potential deal. The English side believes that Rabiot's arrival may help the team grow within their ambitious project aimed at becoming Europe's top club. Liverpool are exploring the possibility of acquiring Juventus winger Federico Chiesa amid Mohamed Salah's possible departure in January. The Reds barely managed to keep the Egyptian in the squad in the summer transfer window, although Saudi Pro League giants Al Ittihad did everything possible to recruit their top scorer. The Tigers are determined to return for Salah in January, while Liverpool are already looking for his replacement, planning to invite Chiesa. This move looks quite realistic on paper, given Juventus' need to increase profits amid their suspension from European Cups. Therefore, the old lady may agree to sell Chiesa if Liverpool make a lucrative offer. Manchester United are preparing the first offer for Brighton and Hove Albion striker Evan Ferguson, whom Erik ten Hag personally wants to see at Old Trafford. Team Talk states that the Red Devils intend to test the Seagulls with their opening bid worth £50 million. The team from Manchester will come for the talented Irishman as soon as the January transfer window opens up. Ten Hag not only considers 18-year-old Ferguson a classy investment for the club's future, he also sees him as a player who's gonna top the Premier League's goal scorers table for many years to come. The Dutch manager pushes the club officials to buy Ferguson in January so that Manchester United have enough time to turn their season around after a disastrous start to the 2023-24 Premier League campaign. But that's not the end. Manchester United also plans to submit a huge offer regarding the signing of Bayern Munich winger Serge Gnabry. Due to suspensions of Jadon Sancho and Antony, the English side will be looking for a new candidate to fulfill the role up front, and according to Gnabry, the Red Devils are willing to pay a lot for his services. The German international's current agreement with Bayern runs until 2026, but United are unwilling to wait for that long, willing to spend around €50 million on their priority target. It should be noted that Gnabry is open to changes in his career due to having not the best relationship with the current Bayern manager Thomas Tuchel. Real Madrid want to reunite midfielder Jude Bellingham with Borussia Dortmund attacker Youssoufa Moukoko in case they fail to snap up Kylian Mbappé out from Paris Saint-Germain, according to Defensa Central. Los Blancos spent €103 million on Bellingham in the last transfer window, but failed to bring in Mbappé, thus still letting the question about Karim Benzema's successor remain open after the French veteran left for Saudi Arabia. However, Moukoko could be the perfect cheap alternative for Mbappé, and the Merengues like this option even more. Carlo Ancelotti likes Moukoko, an old friend of Bellingham's, and he could fit Real Madrid's project for an affordable price. The 18-year-old's friendship with Bellingham and Florentino Perez's with Hans-Joachim Watzke could be key, the source notes. Guys, check out fresh videos from our other projects. The best content is always there. Have a great time watching, and thank you for your attention. See you in a bit.